Hello, I'm Roisin Ni Chleirigh and I'm up here at the Bushwells Hotel Presidential Elections Spoil Your Vote press conference. And I met Councillor Malachy Steenson. Malachy, the Spoil Your Vote and this presidential election, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, we decided in the beginning of the year that we were going to run a Spoil Your Vote campaign, regardless of who was running in it. Because we see this as a referendum on the government and on people's view of how this state is being run. And then, of course, the state then refused to allow anybody who was going to upset the apple cart and allow any non-state actors into the race. And we now have ended up with two candidates. And we welcome the support, from across the spectrum now to our campaign. And today's launch, brought other people into that campaign. And, we want this not to just be a token vote from people. We want to top the poll. We want to be able to say to the international world that an election in Ireland for a president is no different to the appointment of the North Korean leader or the election of Putin in Russia or any of those things. That this country talks about democracy, don't believe in democracy. And, you have the opinion polls which tell us that 6%, which is quite high even by the standards that they would announce here. But they told us we would lose, or that yes would win in the last two referendums. We beat those referendums, and again, we were to the fore of those campaigns. They told us in the opinion polls that Brexit would never happen. They told us in the opinion polls that Trump would never be elected, and he was elected twice. So opinion polls are designed not to reflect public opinion, but to influence it. And I would encourage everybody next Friday to come out in an act of revolution and say to this establishment that you do not represent us, and we want a democratic state that's run for the benefit of the people. And people have an opportunity to spoil their vote. One or other of the two candidates will win, or possibly one of the three candidates. And don't be fooled by people in Fianna Fáil telling you to vote for Jim Gavin. That's just an attempt by them to take your money for the posters that they've already bought. And in the unlikely event that Gavin would top the poll and is elected, then he will take the presidency. They have no doubt about that. There's nothing to stop him. But we want the Spoil Your Vote to be internationally seen for what it is, a rejection of the current political establishment in this country. And that includes not just the politicians, but the whole NGO class and the whole raft of people who are intent on destroying this country. And if you look at the two candidates that are battling it out, they both agree on all the fundamentals of this society. They both believe in open borders. They both believe in destroying this country. They both believe that it's okay to have the majority, or certainly 25% of children in any national school, non-nationals. They believe that our culture should be destroyed. They despise our flag, although I see Humphreys yesterday has now joined our flag campaign in saying that she's going to send a flag around every school. So I suppose that's some progress. But I would want that when they do that the children stand in the morning before school at assembly and raise that flag and sing the national anthem. And when they're finished school, that they take it down and have the last post. That will be truly momentous. Though I don't suspect that they will do that. And these people are petrified by the tricolour flying around the country. They'd rather it was pride flags. They'd rather it was Ukrainian flags or Palestinian flags, anything but the tricolour, because the tricolour up around areas, it does certainly mark territory. It marks the territory of Ireland, and that's what we want. This island is our island, and we will take it back from the political class that is stolen from the people.
Malachy Steenson, thank you so much for once again taking the time to speak to the Irish Political Roundup. And we were joined once again by your beautiful wife. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. I've had a lovely afternoon, thank you. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it.
You are the great woman behind the man.
I'd like to think so, yeah. I don't know about that.
But that is true. It's great to see that you support your husband.
I do support him. Of course I do, because I agree with what he's saying, as do a huge amount of people. It's just unfair that he doesn't get the media attention that he should be getting. So people are only kind of seeing half of what they're supposed to see. And certainly for the Spoil Your Vote campaign, as I said, inside, we had a rally a couple of weeks ago. It was greatly attended. I mean, people are so tired of this government and fed up with everything. They came out and they supported us and they had their say. And I think that needs to be all taken on board. And please God, on the 24th, is it, that people will come out, get out of the armchairs. No point in sitting at home giving out about them. We have to get out and let them know how we're feeling. And that's what we need to do.
Malachy Steenson, thank you so much again
Great
indeed
as
for joining
usual.
us.
See you
Thank
the next
again.
time.